guys, welcome to the third episode of my victory story. As always, I'm gonna take you through what I'm making for my guest. I've got such an amazing guest today, and I'm so excited about this conversation. I'm not even wearing an apron because I just wanna get straight to the point. So I am making a pasta paste. It's not, I wouldn't say lasagna, I don't know how to make that, but this is my own recipe, guys. So take along. So let the conversation start. Guys, today I am joined by this incredible woman. Her name is Puleng. She's going to tell her story about how God literally made her a mother. It's an infertility story. So me and Puleng met over Facebook.
Yes.
I don't know how many years ago.
It was in 2018.
2018, yes. So she was looking for the services that I was selling. I think it was the time I was doing websites, and you contacted me, and then we met. We met because I wanted to understand your requirements, but we started like discussing everything, even personal stories and everything. And obviously we just connected like that, and I also found that she's a woman of God. She loves God. And so today she's here. I am hosting her. What an honor. Okay, before we waste any time, we can get started with your story. Just start from the beginning. I'm sure someone who's going through infertility, season in their lives right now, they want to hear what happened. How does God make someone a mother?
Okay. Hi, guys. As she said that, my name is Puleng Mokgosi. I'm from Randfontein in a location called Motlhakeng. I'm 29 years of age, and I'm a mother of an incredible, I can call him a king.
Yeah,
because for me, he is my king,
Yeah.
because he's my miracle, Yeah. So how it all started, the issue of infertility. I was pregnant, I think it was the year 2020, just before COVID, the COVID phase.
Yeah.
And I think it was 12 weeks into the pregnancy.
Yeah.
And at that time, a lot of things were going around in my life, like a lot of, ups and downs. I
Yeah.
wasn't sure if I was going or coming. Like a lot of things were just not working out. And at the same time, I was expecting.
Okay.
So there was a time where I felt like, you know what, maybe I should just seek help, speak to somebody in order for me to cope, only to find out that it was already late.
Sure.
Yeah. So I remember that, not going into a lot of details, but I remember that morning I woke up normal, I did my stuff, and I think there was load shedding that night.
Yeah.
And then that's when, something started happening, and I called a friend and I asked a friend that, hi, if this is happening, then what does it mean? My friend was like, quickly rush to the nearest clinic.
Yeah.
So I made means, I went to the nearest clinic, and when I got there, they didn't say anything to me.
Yeah.
They just told me that, no, we're calling an ambulance for you.
Sure.
So there I was sitting on that chair at the clinic, and I'm thinking, what is happening to me? No one is saying anything. The nurses haven't checked me as yet, and I'm just sitting. I think they just noted that I'm there because there was an emergency when I got at the local clinic.
Yeah.
So the time when they got to check me, they took everything, my vitals, and they're like, okay, OC, like wait for the ambulance because you have to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay, I was still relaxed as all of that was happening.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, you know what, whatever that is happening, God is still in charge.
Yeah.
So fast forward, the ambulance came, we went to the hospital. When we got there, the gynae checked me and she was like, okay, it's a complete miscarriage.
Sure.
That's what she called it, and
Yeah.
she booked me in for a night because she had to check me again the following day.
Yeah.
So after that, I went home. It was raining, I think, that night.
Yeah.
So I got to my house and I told them what happened. Everyone was shocked, that, okay.
How?
How? Because at that time, like, I was suspecting that I'm pregnant. I was not even sure.
Okay.
And the family did not know because I wasn't sure. I was
you
just
hadn't told
suspecting.
anyone that you were expecting.
Yes, because at that time I had only missed, my monthly period, and I thought maybe it's because of stress.
Yeah.
They're going to come eventually, only to find out that I'm pregnant.
You're pregnant, yeah.
So I told the family everything, and everyone was just supportive. So they left me alone, and I got to be by myself. I remember that night I literally screamed.
Sure.
It was like
while you were at the hospital, or
at the hospital, funny thing, I was okay.
Yeah.
I was singing like worship songs. I was
Yeah.
comforting people.
Yeah.
I was fine.
Sure.
I was speaking to ladies that were besides me, like on the bedstay. But reality hadn't kicked in as yet.
Oh, okay.
But when I got home and when I got to be alone, I literally screamed.
Sure.
Like literally. I felt like my whole world just came crumbling, and
Sure.
I had lost something that is inside of me, like a part of me, like had just died, know? So there's this one song in particular by Joyous Celebration. It's called Ulwandle, I forgot who sings it. There's this other friend of mine, she posted it on his status message, and that song, it got me through,
Wow.
the whole phase
And
of
people don't know that
the
you can actually
miscarriage.
pray through a song. It's
Yes.
possible to. I also do the same. Sometimes you don't have words. You don't. You know.
Exactly.
It's also part of prayer. You can pray through a song. Yeah.
Definitely, because for me, that song, it worked wonders. Because
Yeah.
through the whole COVID phase, I would lock myself. I would just close the door.
Yeah.
I would wake up, bath, eat, then go back to sleep. I didn't even watch TV. I didn't even interact with family. Because I felt like, I needed a meeting with God. I needed to
Yeah.
ask God, what, from here,
Yeah.
where to? Is it my fault? What did I
Yeah.
do? What can I
Yeah.
do differently? Because when a woman is going through that phase, normally you blame yourself.
Yeah.
You feel like, okay, I should have done this, I should have done that.
Or you failed the baby.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So moving to, I don't know if I should move to the victory part of the story, but I just want to know, like, moving into you concluding that you will not be able to have more babies again.
Yes.
Just take us through that quickly, just before we can move to the victory part of the story, because that's my favorite part.
All right.
Yeah.
So it all started in 2019, where I was diagnosed with a disorder called scoliosis. So it's a curvature of like when your spine is curved. So my C spine and here and a bit of my T-spine, there was a bit of a curve there.
Yeah.
And I had to go to hospitals, to specialists, and they were asking me, have you ever been in an accident? I said, no.
Yeah.
They were like, so why is your spine curved? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I'm just facing a lot of pain and I don't know where it comes from. So the doctor said, okay, should you be pregnant, you have to take it easy because, the baby comes with a lot of weight.
Yeah.
So the chances are you might not be able to carry a baby full term.
Sure.
And it might even cause miscarriage.
And thinking that you had miscarriage. Oh.
It was even before the miscarriage.
Oh, it was before the miscarriage.
Yes, it was 2019
oh,
before.
2019, okay.
So when the miscarriage happened, I was like, that's the scoliosis that caused it. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Now let's go into the restoration part, right? How did you get to sing a new song? Like, just take us through that.
Right.
You've been through the suffering, locking yourself in the room, not wanting to interact with anyone. Obviously, it was affecting you, right? And you also mentioned that you just wanted a meeting with God, which I think is very important to run to God, in anything. Nothing is bigger than God.
Definitely.
No, even the disease that the condition that you just mentioned is not bigger than God. And I think that's why I wanted to have you up in here, to tell the people how big God has been in your life. Tell us about when you found out, how it was like, the joys, more like, the sun coming out, in your life.
All right. So when that happened, when I found out that I was pregnant again, you know, I had mixed emotions at that time.
Yeah.
Firstly, I was like, oh, is this one going to survive the 12 weeks?
Yeah.
So I was literally looking forward to that 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So when I was doing my monthly consultations, I was looking forward to the nurses telling me that now you are 12 weeks. And they even sent me to the hospital when I was 12 weeks just for them to check me so that I can also be at ease.
Yeah, because
you know,
first trimester value, you always thinking, even if you didn't have miscarriage, I saw it with me. I would always want to be sure. I didn't feel any movement. I didn't, you know, and I would look forward to seeing the baby, you know, especially when you don't even have symptoms. I don't have any symptoms. I didn't have experience any sicknesses or anything. There was no bump, there was nothing. So I always looked forward to that. So I think it's normal for every woman. I can imagine with you, having been told that you might not make it, then it becomes worse.
It was worse, but I had to have faith.
Yeah.
And I said to myself that God will not let me go through a disappointment again, especially if He reassured me that He is with me. So I said to myself that, you know what, if God allowed me to be pregnant again, definitely He's going to see me through.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I was like, even if, you know, He doesn't see me through, it's going to be for a reason.
Yeah.
Because I'm always an open-minded person to say that even if it doesn't happen the way that I want it to be, it simply means that it's for my good. God knows best.
God is never against us. Even His no is to protect us. Yeah.
Yes. So when I went for my first ultrasound, when I got to hear his heartbeat, it brought back a lot of memories.
Ish.
You know what? I said to myself that, you know what, let me just forget about the past and focus on the baby that is in my womb at the present moment. Because it wouldn't be fair for me to be mourning the other one while the other one it's in the womb and he also needs my attention. You know. So when the doctor told me that it's a boy, I think it was 5 months in the pregnancy, that's when I had the courage to actually go and check.
Wow.
You know, and the doctor showed me the heartbeat and he showed me everything. I was like, yo, I looked forward now to becoming a mommy. You know, I was like, yes, and the devil is a liar. I'm definitely going to go full time into this pregnancy. And guess what? The symptoms of the scoliosis were not showing.
Sure.
My back was straight, like it was normal.
Were you checked by the same doctor who declared the condition, or?
No, I didn't go back to that doctor.
Okay, it was a different doctor.
It was a different doctor, and I told him that, you know, I had scoliosis, and he was like, but amazingly so, your back is fine.
Wow.
And even with people around me, they could check me and say, but you are, because I was a little bit, you know, I wasn't straight, even when I'm sitting or standing, it was literally showing.
Sure.
So even at home, they were like, no, your back is back to normal now. And I did not have pains on my back at all when I was pregnant.
This is a victory story. It excites me. Oh my goodness.
Definitely.
Sure. And then going into you obviously went the full term. And how was it like holding your baby for the first time?
Sure. My labor story is quite dramatic. But I cried. You know, when I first saw his little feet, because I was a bit dozing off, you know, I was tired. You know, after that last push, like literally you are finished. So when I saw his little feet, I cried. I literally, like, I did not know what to say. You know, I said, God, is this you? You know, this is definitely you doing it for me. And you had promised it and now it's really happening. And when I got to hold him for the first time and sure, it was still like a dream.
I'm sure like right now you appreciate being a mom. Like
I do. I don't have any complaints. I don't. Wow. I don't have any complaints. Like I appreciate it because I know how it was like having to see people around me, my age group, you know, having babies, and I'm like, yo, what's wrong with me? You know, having to see people appreciating like their babies on social media and I'm like, oh, it means that if I don't get to face what they're facing, then I'm going to be sad my whole life. You know, I'm not gonna be okay. I'm not gonna be a mommy one day.
Yeah.
So I also had made peace with my situation. That is what most people do. Instead of fighting it, they make peace with the situation. And when you make
and they
peace
accept
with
it, then it becomes their
yes,
reality.
exactly. And when it becomes your reality, you can't fight it. You can't even go to the word and check what the word says about you, or you have already accepted defeat. So that is literally what I also went through.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sure. Thank you so much for, being so brave enough and opening up. Guys, today's episode, I feel like it's just to say nothing is bigger than God. And I liked what you were saying, like when you were saying, don't accept the defeat. If you still believe in God for it, also check like your confession, your thoughts as well. Renew your mind with God's word, and keep confessing and keep believing. So in closing, I just want you to tell me or tell us, what can you say to someone going through exactly what you've just went through right now? Any words of encouragement for that person watching?
Okay, my lady, just to keep it short, I'll say that don't accept any situation that God hasn't said about you. Don't accept anything that the word does not say about you, because we are quick to accept labels that the world throws at us. So anything that the word has not said about you as a child of God, it's not your identity.
Yeah.
So if you are there, you are trying for a child, you have been told that you have fibroids, you have been told that you cannot have kids, you have to look for a surrogate, go back to the word, go back to the promises, check what God has said about you, and I promise you, with you confessing it daily, believing it is going to manifest.
Sure. Thank you so much, and thank you everyone who's watching. If you enjoyed this episode, you know what you need to do. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and give it a thumbs up, comment below, share with your friends, share with your family, share with anyone that you know that they will benefit from this episode. Thank you guys. Cheers.